ancient times, magic masters created the mystic kingdom of Fargasta. It is said that there the Eldean brothers and a sister were born. Unfortunately, as they grew, the Black Dragon Vlog sensed the power of the Eldean clan and sought to destroy the Eldeans and their enchanted kingdom. As the Black Dragon began its murderous assault, the three siblings combined their power, dealing the wicked beast a mortal wound that spewed vile blood upon them. Once word spread that the dragon was no more, the people of Fargasta rejoiced in their newfound heroes and reveled in thoughts of eternal peace. However, the revelry was cut short when one of the three claimed Madriger, the foul sword crafted from the very soul of Vlog. Taking the title Immortal Emperor, he set about destroying all that was pure in the land. Though many fought the Black Tide valiantly, all were crushed by the insane power of the fiend's sword. Soon it was clear that each of the Eldean clan had gained immortality by means of Vlog's blood. Redoria had moved to darkness, while Eston and Cirrus shone brightly in opposition to his advance. The battle of the Immortals spanned days, and Redoria's strength was growing with each passing second. When it seemed as if there was no way to stop her power-mad brother, Cirrus quietly called upon the one secret power she had hidden from her brothers, and transformed herself into the Holy Sword of Eldean. It was a final, desperate act to counter the vicious and undeniable power of Madriger. Surprised but determined, Eston took the Holy Sword, raised it high, and cast a mighty blow towards Redoria. The resulting blast sent tremors through the land for untold distance. As the bold and curious alike approached the battleground, they found no trace of the Eldean clan. Redoria, Eston, and Cirrus had vanished. Many thought that the tragic legend of Eldean had thus ended. Alas, it had only just begun.
Okay, hello and welcome to tonight's randomized gaming stream. I am your host for tonight's stream, Random Gamer Riven. I think that's going to rerun the intro. I'll just skip it back to the title screen. So, in tonight's stream, we will be looking at Albert Odyssey, Legend of Edenia or Eldean or Let me get the pronunciation. Albert Odyssey, Legend of Eldean. There we go. This is the North American version, which was translated by Working Design, and there's some question over the bits of the translation. I'm glad it actually got an English release. Not so keen on the translation. But anyway, let's get started with this game, and I'll let the intro play out, and then we'll go into game. I have finished this very, very long time ago. I don't believe my saves are on this cartridge, though.
Many years have passed since Albert left his heroic mark on history, and the peace that once was is no more. Goblins pillaged the land, claiming countless innocent souls, and now the murderous roving bands have set their ruinous sights on the village of Carnate.
The roof is on fire. We can't stay inside or we'll be burned alive.
But if we go outside, the goblins will surely slay us all.
I'm sorry, Cirrus. I did not want to use you in this foul battle, but...
It's all right, Master. I understand. I would do anything to protect you and your family from harm. Use me as you will. Shh. Don't cry, little one. Your father will protect us.
Maria, we have to go, now!
I'm coming! I'm coming! Look out!
Blast! Purge their vile goblin hides. Maria, this way, follow me! This is impossible! They're everywhere!
Oh, it's hopeless. We're short of papers. Careful.
Cirrus!
I'm ready. Let's go. No! Ah! Master, I failed you, but I shall not fail the child. Oh dear me, the child, it's still alive. And what's that? A sword? It must have belonged to the baby's father. It's a fine weapon. Perhaps Fulte will have a use for it. Everyone, come! Look what I found in Carnate.
Seasons came and went, 40 in all. In that time, the child Lyra rescued grew to young manhood. Many years have passed since Albert left his heroic mark on history, and the peace that once was is no more. Goblins pillaged the land, claiming countless innocent souls, and now the murderous roving bands have set their ruinous sights on the village of Carnate.
roof is on fire. We can't stay inside or we'll be burned alive.
But if we go outside, the goblins will surely slay us all.
I'm sorry, Cirrus. I did not want to use you in this foul battle, but...
It's all right, Master. I understand. I would do anything to protect you and your family from harm. Use me as you will.
Okay, I'm not sure what's going on here. This should have got to the game.
Maria, we have to go.
It's replaying some of the cutscenes.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Look out.
Blast! Curse their vile goblin hides. Maria, this way. Follow me. This is impossible! They're everywhere!
Oh, it's hopeless. We're short of papers. Careful.
Cirrus!
Okay.
I'm ready. Let's go.
I hope this exits, or else otherwise I might have to restart. That's an odd bug.
No. Ah!
Although I know Working Design did implement a few weird bugs and stuff on their games, so
I failed you. But
it's been a while since I played this. I have played this through, so I know this version works, although I haven't played it through on this Saturn. So yes, right now I have a black screen. This doesn't, I don't think should be right. I'm assuming the audio is gonna.
The child, it's still alive. And what's that? A sword? It must have belonged to the baby's father. It's a fine weapon. Perhaps Fulte will have a use for it. Everyone, come! Look what I found in Carney.
Okay, so I assume this cuts.
Seasons came and went, 40 in all. In that time, the child Lyra rescued grew to young manhood.
Okay, let's hope the game return.
Many years
Okay,
have
yep.
passed since Albert left his...
Okay, we'll try ABC start. Is that going to restore it? Something has gone slightly wrong on. Okay. Okay, so ABC start is working. Right. That's a bug on the stream.
Many years have passed since...
Oh, please don't tell me I hit ABC start again, typing I could skip that cutscene. Okay, apologies, we may have to watch the...
Many years have passed since
Okay,
Albert
yes,
left his
so yeah, we seem to have a glitch. We're going to have to watch this cutscene. I can't skip it. I'm just going to hope the next time round it doesn't skip.
Goblins pillage the land, claiming countless...
Yeah, it is a pricey North American Saturn game these days, very pricey.
Their ruinous sights on the village.
The Japanese version is the exact opposite. It's dirt cheap, but it's whether you want to play it in English or not. Working Design did make a number of changes. Some actually improved the game, some didn't, so
The roof is on fire. We can't
read
stay
it what
inside
you
or
will.
we'll be burned alive.
But
So if you still want to play it, you can go for a Japanese one, but then you're going to have to use a guide to play the game. If you want a North American one, you're going to have to shell out the price these days. This, and I think Magic Knights Ray Earth both go for quite a bit of money. You're looking at about $200+, probably about 150, 160 quid. Although I have seen them go for a little bit lower. I have seen for about 130, 100. They're not quite the super expenses.
Maria, we have to go now.
I'm coming. I'm coming.
I know I actually have an original release, not the re-release, so...
Look out.
Blast! Curse their vile goblin hides. Maria, this way. Follow me. This is impossible! They're everywhere!
I wonder if it needs a memory card inserted, whether there's an odd bug. Working Design did have a habit of implementing some odd bugs into their games. I know there was a patch release of this disc, so let's just hope when this intro goes out again, else otherwise we won't be getting very far into this game in the stream. Not quite the start I'd anticipated, getting a bug on load.
No. Ah! Master, I failed you, but I shall not fail the child.
Really? Has there been a sudden price hike at the minute?
Oh dear me, the child, it's still alive. And what's that? A sword? It must have belonged to the baby's father. It's a fine weapon. Perhaps Fulte will have a use for it.
Well, the cheapest one that sold recently was £175, so that was the US one. Japanese ones go for a fraction of that. In fact, case in point, Japanese one sold the other a few weeks back for £4.25. So
In that time, the child Lyra rescued grew to young manhood. Many years have passed since
okay,
Albert left
this
his
is
heroic mark on history, and the peace that once was is no more.
okay. I seem to have a bit of a bug at the minute. I have to try and figure out what's causing that.
Countless innocent
Right, I'm
souls.
not sure what it is.
And now the murderous roving bands have set their ruinous sights on the village.
Right, bear with me a second. I'm just going to disconnect the stream, and yeah, it's annoying. I was hoping to play Albert Odyssey, and that's throwing some weird bugs at the minute. I wonder if I need a memory card in. I'm going to swap controller. Okay, attempt no 2. Apologies about this. Yeah, that's I just swapped controller and put in a memory card to see if that addresses the issue. Working Design did have a nasty habit of introducing some bugs with the game, so I'm just going to skip the intro and just go straight. Although I can't skip the main intro, unfortunately. We're still going to have to go through. Okay, that's different. That actually had the beginning screen before it threw it straight into the game. I bet you there's a bug where this game needs a memory card inserted.
Goblins pillaged the land, claiming countless innocent souls. And now the murderous roving bands have...
Because it didn't bring up that menu before when I started. It just went, when I pressed start, it went straight into game. I wonder if that was the bug fix, that you need a memory card or else otherwise it loops.
The roof is on fire. We can't stay inside or we'll be burned alive.
Which might be an interesting bug if not many people. That's probably the bug they fixed, so...
I'm sorry, Cirrus. I did not want to use you in this foul battle, but...
It's all right, Master. I understand. I would do anything to protect you and your family from harm. Use me as you will.
Shh. Don't cry, little one. Your father will protect us.
Maria, we have to go, now!
I'm coming! I'm coming!
Look out!
Blast! Purge their vile goblin hides. Maria, this way, follow me! This is impossible! They're everywhere!
Oh, it's hopeless. We're short of papers. Careful.
Cirrus!
I'm ready. Let's go. No! Ah! Master, I failed you, but I shall not fail the child.
Oh dear me, the child, it's still alive. And what's that? A sword? It must have belonged to the baby's father. It's a fine weapon. Perhaps Fulte will have a use for it. Everyone, come! Look what I found in Carney.
Seasons came and went, 40 in all. In that time, the child Lyra rescued grew to young manhood. Many years years have passed since Albert left his heroic mark on history, and the peace that once was is no more. Goblins pillage the land, claiming countless innocent...
Okie dokie, this is not very successful, this stream. I've got no idea what's going on here. It's obviously a bug. There's a bug with this Saturn. Does it not like this revision of the Saturn? Okay, this is an interesting stream. Apologies. It's not what I was expecting to do tonight. I'm probably going to have to free up the eternal memory and just check a few other things out. I'm not sure what's causing the issue actually. It should be running. Just the intro's looping at the minute. I do actually still have... Well, that's handy. I've still got one of the saves in. No record. Okay, well here's a bit of brief gameplay. This is going to be right at the very end. I was hoping to get a starting game. I'm going to have to figure out quite what's causing the looping issue. So instead of starting at the beginning, I've loaded the save right at the end of the game. Right, I'm really not sure what's going on with the start. I'll just... So the only glitches I can show you in this video would be the final boss at the minute, unless I can figure out why it was looping. I wonder if it's because I'm on a modded Saturn and I need to run it at 50 Hz because it's elevator. I think is this the elevator to the final boss? No, we don't want to go down, we want to go up, as I seem to recall. Visually, it's not. As you see, it's not a bad game. It does look a bit like a SNES game. It apparently was started life as a Super Nintendo game. It's strange, a vague recollection of an issue when I first played it back on Yonder for some reason. Oh, what's... The random battles are pretty hectic in this. They're also pretty regular. The Japanese version are even more regular than the Western version. Yeah, apologies for myself. Okay, I've just actually had a look. Soon a couple people mentioned the same issue. Apparently it's sort of a random bug. Something to do with 50-60 Hz Saturns. It might be because I might need to run it at 50 Hz. It may be getting stuck on the load cycle because it's not true, but apparently if I try a few times it should bypass it. Okay, that's something I need to make a note of for future videos. That's rather irritating. I may need to run it at 50 Hz actually. Which is annoying because it's kind of kiboshed the entire stream, I feel. I was hoping to play a bit of Albert Odyssey and, well, we've got a little bit now, but it's not ideal. I see the battles are pretty regular at this point. This is literally the last section in the game before the final bosses. This is actually the second sort of act. The game is split into 2 acts, and basically you have one set of characters for the first act, then a slightly different set of characters for the second act. But basically you basically do your first quest, then you go home, and then it's like a year later, and yeah, I've got to say, bug post here on Racket Boy. Someone says, I have a problem too with my Albert Odyssey, originally my Saturn Model 2 with chipped and 50-60 Hz mod. I have a bug in the game beginning where you push start and the intro ends. The first audio track that was played in the intro plays again, but only the sound, no images, like a loop, and the game never starts. With some tries, the intro continued and I could play normal. Bugs. I'm just going to say, I'm going to try ABC starting, trying the intro again now. We've run it for a bit, see if... I think that previous save was 2002, so it's been 18 years since I think I last played this game properly. Okay, right. ABC start. Let's go for the... Let's see if it actually works this time. So yes, I think it's probably an issue with me running on a modified Saturn. I probably should run it at 50 Hz, because that way it'll be running at the native speed. It's probably a skip load error. So... Unfortunately, this cutscene is unskippable. And little story, a long time ago, I got a copy of Final Fantasy VIII on the PS1, where the intro was bust and would crash the game. I managed to get another copy and then bypass it, and the rest of the game was fine on that CD, but the scratch had affected the intro, so I don't like unskippable cutscenes.
Claiming countless innocent souls. And now the murderous roving bands have set their ruinous sights on the village of Carnate.
The sound was out of sync slightly before, so it may be a 50-60 Hz issue. Please run. I know you run.
We can't stay inside or we'll be burned alive.
But if we go outside, the goblins will surely slay us all.
I'm sorry, Cirrus. I did not want to use you in this foul battle, but...
It's all right, Master. I understand. I would do anything to protect you and your family from harm. Use me as you will.
Shh. Don't cry, little one. Your father will protect us.
Maria, we have to go, now!
I'm coming! I'm coming! Look out!
Blast! Purge their vile goblin hides. Maria, this way, follow me!
I think they may have added in the audio for it might be in the Japanese one, but I know Working Design made a number of changes.
This is impossible! They're everywhere!
Obviously, poor Pike's parents get bumped off again.
Cirrus!
I'm ready. Let's go.
I should say they did actually release 2 versions of Albert Odyssey. There is a bug fixed version, so I'm wondering if that's what's causing the issue here, and they fixed some of them. You can tell if you got the bug fixed version because you'll have a dragon only on the CD. You'll have the dragon character, and not the. If you got the standard, the earlier release, you have all the characters on the CD design. The later one just had the dragon on it. So the earlier CD design's nicer, but at least you can tell which one's the buggy one. Right, fingers crossed. I'm actually going to make a straight save if I do. Get at the start of the game if this works.
Oh dear me, the child, it's still alive. And what's that? A sword? It must have belonged to the baby's father. It's a fine weapon. Perhaps Fulte will have a use for it. Everyone, come! Look what I found in Carnate.
Seasons came and went, 40 in all. In that time, the child Lyra rescued grew to young manhood. Many years have passed since Albert left his heroic mark on history, and the peace that once...
Okay, apologies guys, looks like we won't be playing much of Albert Odyssey. I will try and resolve the issue. It must be an issue with modified Saturns. I will suspect I will nip to... So I'll just literally show you a bit of load up the save file again. Yes, 18 years since played this. So let's go boss hunting for a bit then. Well, I say boss hunting, you basically get to see the ending. Apologies, this stream has been very higgledy-piggledy as I wasn't expecting our Odyssey to not play ball. So was this a save room? Because there are lots of these like winding catacombs. Yes, that's the good thing. The save has lasted this long. Okay, they were stair rooms. Yeah, I was hoping to do a bit of the start. Looks like I will have to pre-record and do a save so I can actually get to the start of the game. I have a distinct memory of something when I first played this. I have an issue of it not loading at the start or something, now that I think about it, because there was a weirdness where I was a bit annoyed when I first got it and I can't remember why, and I wonder if it's that. So yeah, probably show some of the abilities. Let's what should do? Thunder Breath. Show some of the cool abilities. Lots of transparencies, which are really nice as well. Sunsoft actually did a really good job with this one, so you got lots of 2D transparencies. think I might unlist this stream because it's gone so rather unfortunately wrong. Now is this further up or have I just forgot the 4th floor? Basically I'm at the final location in the game and I can't remember if I'm going up or down. You basically have to go to the final battle. We get harder enemies as we progress. So at least we got some to show you a few of the... He can fly as I remember. Yeah, I might run a proper a playthrough at the start then on the channel. So let's do magical blade attack. Lightning. Yeah, as well as that, I didn't expect the stream to go weirdly wrong as it has done. I guess that's the downside of using actual hardware. Occasionally you can meet little quirks. I shouldn't have Kara. That was Carrier, wasn't it? Kara, I think. Oh, she actually beat him, even though she's like the weakest character. Yes, this is why sometimes CD games can be a little bit problematic. Less so than cartridges. Thanks for joining the stream, Sega Saturn. I'll at least show a little bit of the game. Well, not a bit of the game. This is the very end of the game. I do remember the locations were actually a bit maze-like, trying to navigate them, so you could very easily get lost and end up going back on yourself. Obviously this is a room I've been in. I suspect I'm probably going the wrong way and not the right way. Never mind. Well, maybe I can get to the world map. Because they were rather labyrinthy stages, so it's actually quite difficult to remember which way in and which way out and where the boss was. I have a feeling I was just pretty much one way would have taken me directly to the boss. Maybe to the elevator. I should have gone up from the elevator on the left. Never mind. So at least I've got my save so I can actually get into game. If we didn't have, we'd be stuck on the... I suspect what it is it's another elevator. Yeah, this stage is just, this final location is just one massive labyrinth. And if you haven't been in the location recently, so basically we'll either end up running straight into the final boss, or we'll end up the 7th floor again. And you've got doors, warps everywhere, as you can see, so... I suspect what will happen if I switch it to 50 Hz, it's going to go, it'll be fine. I just need some great 2D transparency effect. I mean, it's not visually the best game on Sega Saturn. It does look a lot like a SNES game. I think it's slightly more detailed than a SNES game, but not by much. I think this started as a Super Nintendo project, then it was moved to the Sega Saturn. It is a follow-up to the 2 tactical RPGs, which maybe perhaps I'll do one of them tomorrow if I get the time. At least that way I won't have any issues. Although I haven't played that far into either of them, so I'm not that confident with it. This one's nice and easy to play through. Playing through Japanese games, you really have to pre-play them beforehand just to make sure, unless it's something you're really familiar with. So let's do Aqualance. I had some great attacks and magic in this, but a few of the dungeon designs, as you can see here, they're just overly complex, quite confusing, and I do remember this last dungeon being I can still remember this last dungeon being a nightmare to navigate from when I played it. It's the one thing I literally remember about this game. 2 things I remember actually. One, there are a couple of side quests that have to be done at set points in the game, and I missed one where you fought a special boss, and to this day, because I missed that one, it annoys the hell out of me. And the other was that this location was just an absolute labyrinth. It's taking me back. Oh, and a nightmare to navigate. Okay, so it's fair to say I think this stream has been a bit of a disaster, unfortunately. But at least you got a bit of Albert Odyssey. Maybe I will try. I might try again tomorrow. Maybe I'll try and get a save up and see if I can get around the issue I'm facing. So we can actually start at the beginning, or at least start. I might have to skip the opening intros. It's playing what I describe as silly show you a few magic spells, so you've got plenty of HP. The 2 stronger characters didn't actually have HP though. So again, really nice. There's been lots of 2D transparency. If anyone ever says the Sega Saturn can't do transparencies, you just need to direct them to this. We've got transparencies all over the shop. Standard attack as Albert. Pike. You don't actually play as Albert in this one, you play as Pike. I think Albert's from the original game. I'm just going to show a bit of the game, even though the intro. I'm tempted to give it one. Hi, the gaming boys. Thanks for joining the stream. Pike gained a level, Ika gained a level. We're taking a look at Albert Odyssey Legend of Edenia. Well, I say trying to take a look. We've had an unfortunate issue where I seem to have hit a bug because I'm playing it on a modified Saturn, where we seem to be, strangely, I know I had this issue, I had a feeling I had this issue before and we got around it, so, but it's been so long, so I think I'm going to try running it at 50 Hz, which should do it. Or maybe I'll just I'm tempted to try the intro again, but we don't want to stream just constantly playing the intro till we bypass the... Yeah, Albert Odyssey is actually the final game in Sunsoft trilogy of games as well. But this is the only one like Final Fantasy, sort of turn-based combat. Well, this is sort of real-time turn combat. What I describe it as. The other ones were tactical ones like Shining Force and Fire Emblem. It was a North American, it only got released in English and North American by Working Design. It never got a PAL release, sadly. Which is a shame, though. This was a game I would have really liked to play. It's not the greatest RPG, but it's still a nice title. It still looks good. I mean, the sprite work is fantastic. I mean, I remember enjoying it. I don't remember thinking it was the best RPG ever, but I do remember enjoying it, so I can't complain. The load times aren't great in this. I know the Japanese version you can pick up peanuts, but the North American version is rather expensive. I did just to check on eBay. The last one sold for about 170 via auctions. Buy it now, as I'm always a bit wary of, as often they're people just trying to basically almost mug you in effect. Or scalping, it should be the word. They're trying to get as much from desperate people as possible. Ouch, sorry to hear that, yes. Yes, lots of those games, I can understand why you might be a bit sore. Yes. Shouldn't really actually use Kara's magic. I haven't actually used Kara. So Elka's sort of a shield. Do like the dragon guy. Do the fire breath. Then we've got transparent overlays. Also, I'm not really worried about these enemies. They're basically my character leveled up, so I'm not really going to do any damage. So this Pike, of course, is the baby you find at the start. Although it says 10 years, although technically if he was a baby, he would only be like 14 at this point when he looks like he's... Or maybe, I think he's about 14, 15, so... Yeah, I'm not surprised Guardian Heroes on the GBA would... The Guardian Heroes on the GBA I found to be not a very good game in the slightest. It was one of those treasure games where I don't think Treasure should have bothered. God, this place is massive, this tower. I'm not even going to save it, I'll just revert to save. I do like the fact you have all 5 of your little dudes follow you around. You see there we've got the books. Yes, Metroid Zero Mission, that's a very good game. So yes, check my items. So we've got items. You see there I've got Eerie Sword, Phoenix Mail, Ruin Mail. Yo-yo, just look at the equipment. Godly Lancer, yeah, basically you can see I'm at the end of the game. Status, I thought it had a nicer... Yeah, I prefer Fusion. We did cover Fusion in the stream. If you actually look, we've got a stream of Fusion. So we've got the system menu, cursor, stereo load. Don't really need healing. Only Kai. So yes, Pike, Ika, Kai, Grizzy, and Aimon. Yeah, as I mentioned, the patched version of the game just has Grizzy on the front. Yeah, those double packs were pretty rare because I remember them. I mean, they were released as to try and reduce the cost of the single versions of the GBA Castlevanias. I was lucky enough that when I got my GBA, I bought the Castlevanias straight as they came out because the GBA ones are all really good. You can get them on Wii U at present though, so if you want to get them cheaply, in fact, playing them on the Wii U is probably quite a bit nicer actually, I will be honest, the Castlevanias, because of the full screen and the fact well, playing them on the Game Boy Player or the Wii U basically, because playing them on the original Game Boy Advance, the original without the backlight. You like the rarity of the double pack. Yeah, the rarity means nothing really as long as you've got the game. I'm of the mindset. I think I'm not entirely sure. The GBA Micro, yeah. A lot of people are sort of not liking the Micro these days because the screen was just perhaps a bit too small. I remember at the time thinking it was quite small, and even today, because I'm sort of not exactly, I'm rapidly heading towards middle age, so I know myself looking at Game Boys on a really small screen like the GBA Micro. At the time, people really liked it. These days, a lot of people I know are like, yeah, the Micro. Yeah, I actually prefer. We covered a bit of the Game Boy, so basically playing on the Game Boy Advance player on GameCube. I think that's probably the best way for me now. That's by far the most enjoyable way. The music, one thing I will say, the music's actually really good for Albert Odyssey. Probably a lot of people thinking, oh wow, you must be really far in this quest. No, we've literally loaded it. So hi guys, for people who have joined the streams, I would say like the stream as well, but that's entirely up to you, seeing as this stream hasn't been... Yeah, I think a lot of games you could have picked up dirt cheap. I remember with Saturn games like £10–15. I mean, a few years, back in 2006, I actually managed to get a copy of Alien Soldier second-hand in Game Station for like 15 quid or something. So, yeah, all the Saturn stuff was sort of dirt cheap at the end. So I picked up a lot of my stuff from... Although we had the Saturn at the time... I mean, the only games we didn't pick up were the ones you didn't really want, so... Yeah, I can remember the Neo Geo Pocket being dirt cheap at one stage. But then I don't remember the Neo Geo Pocket for being around. I remember it was sort of at the start of the Dreamcast. When the Dreamcast launched, I remember Virgin were pushing the... Dreamcast Pocket a lot, but then not long after, Virgin Megastore and a few other chains just dropped it like a stone. God, we're now talking about UK shops. Oh well, I think it's good to remind ourselves of what retail was like at one point, seeing as I know I haven't actually been out to a retail shop since the start of the current world events, which I'm not going to mention, but I'm sure you all know what they are. Yeah, Blockbuster, I think more PS2 stuff, and a lot of PS2 stuff hasn't maintained its value. I am a bit hesitant of people still paying high prices for a lot of games, because I think the price is going to come down. I think people's priorities are going to adjust in the next year, because I think we're in for a rough year in terms of what's going on in the world. So, and I'm a bit of a realist. But it's nice to have some text to read, seeing as we can't actually. This is down to another. Yeah, lots of dead ends in this. This is basically just a huge maze, this last location, so I don't think I'll be getting out anytime soon. Really? You're already happening to Dreamcast games? Okay, that's a worry. I was understood disc rot only occurs at certain temperatures, but what can happen is the glue will actually start coming unstuck. So the problem with a lot of CD games is the glue isn't good enough to hold the basically the CD data layer is actually stuck with the glue. I've not actually had disc rot on any of my Dreamcast games just yet, but then we don't keep them in an attic or anything and away from any sort of hot temperatures, but I know you have to be very careful. Amiga games are really in a worrying state now. We actually need a lot of them backed up because disc rot on DVD-Rs. Okay, that is worrying. I think it's a sign of the times. I think stuff like that is what's going to destroy the price of a lot of things, because if we are going to get mechanical failure, then you can't collect games. It's just going to be a case with a disc that will be just not on real games. Yeah, I do know. Don't. One thing I will say is don't store games in attic. You need somewhere sort of a constant temperature for sort of CDs, because if it's somewhere where they can get hot and cold temperatures, then they can be exposed to things like frost or condensation. That's what. So guys, I'm going to ask again, I know I mentioned this last night on the Sega Saturn, does anyone here have Google Stadia? Because if so, we might be doing a stream or two in the next week where you might be able to battle me, Random Gamer Riven, via Google Stadia, but I need to know if we actually have people who are on the streams who have it or would be interested in doing it. Another game. Google Stadia is the new, basically the Google Stadia is the streaming platform that Google are doing, where you can play games via your browser. Yeah, Stadia. I just wondered if anyone actually has it. Yeah. There isn't a game called Google Stadia. Google Stadia. Or I might be pronounced Stadia. Wasn't impressed. Yeah, no. Well, this might be having a bout where you'll be able to battle some of the guys at Randomised Gaming. The problem with all emulators at the minute is most digital emulators aren't particularly very good, so Also, the stream's probably a bit weird because we're chatting about old stuff, seeing as the game's gone a bit peaked on. But you can tell how overpowered I are. That I'm literally reading you guys' conversation. I'm not even really looking too much at the thing. I have no idea how to get out of this maze location. I probably have to load the save file. I think, yeah, I know I was near the exit. Or not the exit, the actual final boss location. So, but I think it's just nice to show a bit of gameplay, seeing as we couldn't start the game due to the Saturn appearing to play silly. What I'm going to do is actually just ABC start it after I've done this to see if it works. I think I've been in there. I don't think I've been this way. I have a feeling I'm going to have to switch it to 50 Hz or just keep trying till it passes. Got Virtual Boy. Yeah, I have played the Virtual Boy. Again, that was what I played it once, but yeah, this is a novelty and that's about it. It's easy to see why the Virtual Boy failed spectacularly. It's easy to still see why virtual reality is still not particularly doing very well at present, sadly. It's the concept's great, but until you can create a virtual reality without having to wear a headset, book salacious content. Now that's definitely, well, that might be a Japanese in-joke because the Japanese do like their dodgy magazines. I think for me, I think VR. Get the headset. Yeah, most people won't adapt to VR. VR really will only work when you can... it's not about the headset. It's about being able to create a VR environment without the need for a headset. And at the minute, you can't do that. So once you can do something where you can literally turn your room into virtual reality, that's when it will be much more commonplace. At present, I think the more modern VR's great for sort of mock medical procedures and things like that, or simulating a room if you're designing a house or something. That's where it's good for. That's something we couldn't do previously, whereas now you can, but it's still not particularly very strong. Right, so obviously I've gone the wrong way. No, I think technology will come along in the future, but it's just a case of when. I think we're still not quite ready for VR at present in certain aspects. Certainly it's not mainstream enough, and it's just too expensive, which is another issue. And the other thing is you need a big house to actually use it, which is another problem. A lot of people don't have huge open rooms dedicated just for a VR setup. Okay guys, I think I'm going to be wrapping up the stream in a moment, seeing as we're not having much. I'm just navigating one area of Albert Odyssey, which is a horrible dungeon. Hope you guys have enjoyed a few of the bouts. Apologies I couldn't get this game to start properly. I'm going to run it again, see if I can do. If I can get it to, if I can get a save at the start of the game, I will run this again. Yes, that is indeed what opinions are for, so yeah, I would disagree with your point of view. I can't see many people coming out to buy it, because I would just say, well, what's the point? It's too expensive at present. And there's not really much need for virtual reality either, but it is a discussion, and obviously we'll have to agree to disagree on that. So I think I'm going to wrap up in a sec. what I might do is I might try this again tomorrow, and if I can get a save at the start, I'll rerun this again. We'll actually play through the start of the game to show sort of the opening and the growing, because me running around just whacking high-end enemies in a maze like location at the very end of the game, probably not very... $500,000, that's not bad, but often you find you get a lot of what we call the early uptakers, which is another thing you have to be wary of in the tech industry. You'll get people who initially buy any new tech when it comes out, but then it's selling it to the mainstream. So it's reaching your first million and reaching your sort of 5-10 millions. That's when you really need to start building your tech and sort of building, because basically once you... It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I'm always a bit nervous about a lot of the tech claims, because a lot of them tend to over-exaggerate these days, much like most businesses with their stock and shares, etc. Although don't really go too businessy, but so I'm going to wrap up in a second. What I will try and do is replay the stream. Apologies to... Hi, Burn Type R, thanks for joining the stream. Apologies, I'm going to be wrapping up in a moment. We were supposed to be showing off a bit of Albert Odyssey, Legend of Eldean in the stream. We're showing a little but not much, unfortunately, as we're only showing the end of the game, basically, due to having an issue starting the game. Yeah, I will... So I'm going to stop streaming in a second. I will rerun this again and see if I can get a save at the start of the game. See if I can get the intro not to crash on me. And if it does, I will save the game and rerun it. I have a suspicion I may need to run it in 50 Hz. I think that's why it might be sticking. My suspicion is this version might have a bug where, because 60 Hz, a power modded console doesn't run at full speed. It may be a slight load issue or something, or it might be just a bug on this version, because I know Working Design did implement a lot of bugs. They implemented a load of crashes in Magic Knights Raya. As I mentioned, they did patch the game quite quickly. So, but okay, I think that's enough of this for now. I thank you all for watching. I wish you a good night, a good evening, a good afternoon, or a good morning wherever you are in the world. Apologies, the stream didn't quite go to plan. I'm actually going to wrap it up there. So I wish you all the best. I will try, if I have success getting a save at the start of the game, I will actually stream a bit more of this tomorrow to show the start, seeing as we had a looping intro, unfortunately. So I'll see you all. I wish you all the best, and I'll be back tomorrow. Night, everyone. And knowing my luck, as soon as I quit out and restart, it'll probably stream perfectly the first time or something. Okay, see you all tomorrow, guys. Have a great evening, or have a good afternoon, or day, or good night, wherever you are. Bye for now.